Good morning. It's Sunday, and I've decided to start talking to this screen. Um, Hello, screen. One of the reasons I'm starting to talk to this screen is because um, 2020 has been a very unusual year, to say the least. Anyway, lots of reasons for it being unusual. I've also started several other little projects, YouTube based or video based projects. It's early in the morning, I've got to have coffee. Anyway, I'm not going to edit anything that I put up here, I'm just going to rant for a bit and then put it up. Um, 2020. Anyway, the whole point of existence for me is communicative in lots of ways, and one of the main ways we communicate is to physically interact with each other. Well, here I am physically interacting with a flat screen, sort of reminiscent of some of the dystopian novels that I read when I was a child, which may have actually shaped society. Who knows? Because when we project out of ourselves things that we imagine in ourselves, that's one part of it, a very small part of existence. But warning signs. There was always warning signs. I got to keep a sense of humour. It's not easy, but I got to keep a sense of humour. Just watching birds flying past my window, looking at the trees. The sun's starting to rise, so there's that sort of like golden haze. There you go. Sense of humour, feeling of peace, knowing the world's going to be okay. It really is. I mean, I'm not going to say that just because I'm trying to convince myself, which obviously I am, but it's not just that, is it? No longer do we have to convince ourselves that it's all going to be okay, because when we open ourselves up to media, any form of media actually, social media, television, any sort of media, we're allowing influence in, even written words, even, like I say, the books that I read when I was a child, everything's media. But it's media by communication. So again, I'll come back to communication. How we communicate with each other has to change. It really does, because I'm going to come across as some sort of arrogant bastard who knows his way around. I don't. I mean, this is a new world. But I do believe that we were responsible for this in a way. A lot of people weren't happy with the way it was, so they were frustrated and lashing out and blaming politics, religion, the controllers, anything external that they can get hold of. So it might be time to take responsibility ourselves and start acting like we want to see others act. I mean, like we want others to be, instead of just saying, look at that arrogant bastard, look at that mean person. Well, let's not be mean ourselves. So let's act out of kindness and respect and love and empathy and compassion and all those wonderful things, because once we start doing it for each other, we can start then to spread that. Don't want to be too long, because this is just an introduction to my new YouTube channel, which I'm going to call, can't remember now. I have to look for a title. Well, it's just me ranting, really, and a little bit of interviews, maybe some music, but really, it's just a new YouTube channel that's specific to my thoughts, rather than me and my musical partner and all that. I don't want to drag all that into it. It's just things I want to do because they're things that I believe need doing. So it's kind of more of a doing thing, and I can't remember what I called it, but it was fun. Oh yeah, I can. Trusting the plan. So why did I call it Trusting the Plan? I don't know. I mean, it just seems to me that we make individual plans and we make we set lots of goals. We set, it's like, oh, by this time this is going to happen, by this time this is going to happen. We have to trust the plan, not a plan, not, but kind of like, it's weird. Life is about relationships, how we relate to each other, how we relate to the world, how we relate to everything. So it's all about relationships, and we're smack bang in the middle of a relationship that doesn't look too good right now. So we have to change our perspective on the relationship. And there's a reason I said that. I can't even remember what it was. No, I can. I just have to just calm down a little bit. I think the coffee's got me going, so that's a good thing. Oh, well, I started trusting the plan. We make plans, we have ambitions, we have expectations, but we have to be careful, because these are individual and collective. You see, everybody affects everybody else. That probably heard it when you were a child, or I know I did. But butterfly wing theory, if a butterfly flaps its wings somewhere in the world, it affects everybody, So, what I'm looking, I'm fascinated by the birds in the trees around here. It's so beautiful. Do they know that there's a global crisis? They're singing, they're dancing with each other. Oh, those two are getting very friendly. Two sparrows in a tree. Oh. Well, I'm getting other information coming in from other sources of digital information. We have to get out in nature more, appreciate what we can understand, which is things grow and die. So nature is a regenerative force, and understand that we're part of that force, and it's a good force, it's a goodly force. It's be kind today. Be gentle. Know that you are able to interact with others without malice, without anger. Just know that you can. We create friends, we create enemies. Let's make more friends than we've got enemies. I'm not talking about rolling over and laying down. I'm not talking about being you know, a doormat. I'm talking about having an opinion and being open to the idea that your opinion is good for you and may not be good for somebody else. You still might have a point. You can get into a discussion. I can remember in I've still got an ongoing relationship with this person, but one of my closer relationships with somebody, they didn't understand the difference between discussion and argument. There was never a point at which it became heated for her. She just believed that all discussion was somebody else convincing you, you know, somebody outside of you trying to convince you that you were wrong. That's not a discussion. That's so if you perceive it that way, it can be that way, but it's not necessarily that way. You can engage with somebody, even somebody who holds completely differing views from you. You can engage with that person in a peaceful, kind, and understanding manner, and you can still hold your own ground. You can just go, okay, well, you know, we can agree to disagree on this one, but you know, I want to be able to talk to whoever it is, and in a peaceful and kind and caring manner. It comes over patronizing. A lot of people think of me as arrogant. I'm not. I'm quite humble. I mean, I'm just a man, just a person. I'm lucky I've had a lot of experiences, and those experiences have brought me here. It's not a bad thing. I'm really happy with the. I'm kind of trying to embrace change. You know, the thing that you know everybody's fearful of is it's going to be, you know, things are changing, and but in a way we have to be aware of some of the bad things, but we could also embrace it as a way for us to stand in our own sovereignty, to actually be our own person, instead of feeling like we're part of a collective. You know, be your own person. Be good within yourself. Just embrace the idea that you make your decisions based on all the things that you believe are good, and then you can start to interact in a more beneficial way for everybody. It's being in the good. It's funny, isn't it? I'm talking about this on traditionally a Sunday, where we're supposed to be I don't know, I mean, the different religions have different days, but traditionally for a Christian it's Sunday. So I don't know, I mean, it's like, I wish more Christians would think, what would Christ do? You know, if you believe in the teachings of Christ, then, you know, what would Christ do? I mean, because obviously we're changing as a collective race, and it's a good thing. I mean, we needed to. We're too warlike, too willing to embrace violence and greed and avarice and all the things that we've been warned against. You know, we were embracing those things as a collective, and we were going, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about it. You know, there's idiots in charge. Well, put yourself in charge. That's the one. Put yourself in charge. Be in your own sovereignty. Take responsibility. That's the one. All right, I love you. That's my first for my new YouTube channel, which is going to be called Trusting the Plan. Cheers then.